So, good day everyone. I am Nerjin B. Fernandez together with my partner Mary Ponce to report our topic entitled Drug Abuse, Education, Prevention and Control. So, what is drugs? Drugs is any substance that when absorbed into the body of living organisms alter normal bodily functions. Drugs are chemicals that change the way a person's body works by altering emotions and thoughts. And lastly, drugs have been part of our culture since the middle of last century. And what is drug abuse? Drug abuse is one of the banes of modern society. It has hit all regions and all sections of our society. It is found in rural and urban areas, among poor and the rich, among the men and the women, among young or old. Drug abuse may be defined as a habitual use of drugs not needed for therapeutic purposes solely to alter one's mood, affect the states of consciousness, or to affect bodily function unnecessarily. Continued use of drugs can lead to drug dependence, a state of physical and mental dependence. So now I'm going to report my topic, the integration of drug education in curriculum. The Department of Education issues the enclosed preventive drug education program policy for curriculum and instruction in support of the National Drug Education Program as provided in Section 43, Article 4 of Republic Act Number 9165, hereunder quote as follows: Instruction on drug abuse, prevention and control shall be integrated in the elementary, secondary and tertiary curricula of all public and private schools, whether general, technical, vocational or agro-industrial, as well as in non-formal, informal and indigenous learning systems. Such instruction shall include: first, adverse effects of the abuse and misuse of dangerous drugs on the person, the family, the school, and the community. Second one is preventive measures against drug abuse. The third one is health, sociocultural, psychological, legal, and economic dimensions and implications of drug problems. Fourth is the step to take when intervention on behalf of a drug dependent needed, as well as the services available for the treatment and rehabilitation of drug dependence, and lastly, misconceptions about the use of dangerous drugs such as, but not limited to, the importance and the safety of dangerous drugs for medical and therapeutic use, as well as the differentiation between medical patients and drug dependents in order to avoid confusion and accidental stigmatizations in the consciousness of the students, otherwise known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drug Act of 2. The policy aims to strengthen the implementations of PDEP in schools and CLCS through curriculum integration across all learning areas, and also provide capability for DepEd personnel and the implementations of the PDEP, and ensure that PDEP services are available and accessible to all learners, teaching and non-teaching personnel, and create strong partnership with various stakeholders in promoting the PDAP, and also encourage PDA research for evidence-based decision-making and policy formulation. Also, establish a strategic and systematic monitoring, evaluation, and feedback mechanism to ensure continuity of the program and ensure allocations of funds for program sustainability. And this order shall take effect immediately upon its approval. All orders, memoranda, and other assurance inconsistent with this policy are deemed repealed, rescinded, and amended accordingly upon its effectivity. And lastly, immediate demonstrations of and strict compliance with this order is directed. The second topic of mine is type of drug abuse or category of drug abuse. Here are some of the category of drug abuse. First is stimulant, second one is depressant, third one is hallucinogens, and lastly, or the fourth one is narcotics. Stimulants are drugs that stimulate the brain and the central nervous system. It increases the mental alertness and decreases appetite. Categories of stimulants: first is cocaine, and second one is heroin, and the third one is amphetamines, and the fourth one is nicotine. Cocaine is a powerfully addictive stimulant drug. Today, cocaine is a Schedule II drug, which means that it has high potential for abuse but can be administered by a doctor for legitimate medical uses such as local anesthesia for some eye, ear, and throat surgeries. The second one is heroin. It is most infamous product of opium poppy and current insurgents in use, white powder and black tar heroin, high purity and skyrocketing profits. Amphetamines are synthetic stimulant drugs, which means they speed up the workings of the brain. There are legal and illegal amphetamines. Long-term misuse of amphetamines can lead to serious problems, including changes to the brain, cardiovascular damage, malnutrition, and anxiety and paranoia. Nicotine. Nicotine is a substance found in all tobacco products and some e-cigarette liquids. It is a highly addictive substance found in a tobacco plant. Laboratories can also produce nicotine synthetically. And the second category of drug abuse is depressant. Depressant is a substance that reduces the normal body activity, function, or an instinctive desire such as appetite for food. It is also known as donors. Depressant substances reduce arousal and stimulation. They affect the central nervous systems, slowing down the messages between the brain and the body, and they can affect concentrations and coordinations and slow down a person's ability to respond to unexpected situations. Classifications of depressants: first is alcohol, the second one is barbiturates, the third one is cannabis, the fourth one is opioids, the fifth one is benzodiazepine, and the last one is morphine. Alcohol is a chemical substance found in drinks such as beer, wine, and liquor. It is also found in some medicines, mouthwashes, household products, and essential oils. It is made by a chemical process called fermentation that uses sugars and yeast. Drinking regular or large amount of alcohol may increase the risk of certain types of cancer, such as cancer of the mouth, the throat, esophagus, breast, liver, colon, and rectum. The second one is barbiturates. Barbiturates are sedative hypnotic medication, meaning they cause you to feel relaxed or sleepy. For over a century, there have been treated many conditions, including seizures, migraines, insomnia, and more. They're less common today because of the risk of misuse and certain side effects. The third one is cannabis. Cannabis is a cannabinoid drugs. The number of the different cannabinoids in the cannabis sativa plant is still being researched, but it primarily contains the psychoactive cannabinoid and the non-psychoactive cannabidiol, it most commonly known as marijuana. So, cannabis is most commonly known as marijuana. Opioids are substances that act on opioid receptor to produce morphine-like effects. Medically, they are primarily used for pain relief, including anesthesia. Other medical uses including suppression of diarrhea, replacement therapy of opioid use disorder, reversing opioid overdose, and suppressing cough. Benzodiazepine is sometimes called bendus or blues, are a class of psychoactive drugs whose core chemical structure is fusions of a benzene ring and a diazepine ring. As depressants, drugs which lower brain activity, they are prescribed to treat conditions such as anxiety, insomnia, and seizures. Morphine Morphine's tablet is used to relieve short-term or long-term moderate to severe pain. The extended-release capsules and extended-release tablets are used to treat pain severe enough to require daily, around-the-clock, long-term opioid treatment, and when other pain medicines did not work well enough or cannot be tolerated. The third category of drug abuse is hallucinogens. Hallucinogens are substances that alter sensory processing in the brain, causing perceptual disturbance and changes in the thought processing and depersonalization. Types of hallucinogens. Type of hallucinogens. First is psychedelics. Psychedelics are a subclass of hallucinogenic drugs whose primary effect is to trigger non-ordinary states of consciousness. This causes specific psychological, visual, and auditory changes and often substantial altered states of consciousness. The second one is dissociative. Dissociative disorder are mental disorders that involve experiencing a disconnection and lack of continuity between thoughts, memories, surroundings, actions, and identity. People with dissociative disorders escape reality in ways that are involuntary and unhealthy and causes problems with functioning in everyday life. The third one, or the last one, is deliriants. Deliriants is a class of drugs that produces hallucinatory effects, but it's separate from other hallucinogens and dissociatives. Deliriants are similar effects as psychedelic drugs like LSD and mescaline, but the hallucinations and side effects are longer lasting and more intense. The fourth types or categories of drug abuse is narcotics. Narcotics is originally referred medically to any psychoactive compound with numbing or paralyzing properties. In the United States, it has since become associated with opiates and opioids, commonly morphine and heroin. as well as derivatives of many of the compounds found within raw-ocean latex. Here are some types of narcotics. And that could be all for my topic. Thank you.